Welcome to today's episode of Pomalo, the Sport Podcast. My name is Jeri, and sitting opposite me is.
Yeah, my name is Bepo Žura. I'm the assistant professor here at Aspira of Applied Sciences and also coordinator for the sports management program and PhD student.
Thank you so much for your time,
Yeah,
Beppo.
no problem.
What would you say are the biggest sports in Croatia and why?
Yeah, so the biggest sports in Croatia are probably like in the rest of the world. I would say in the rest of the Europe are football. Other than football, I would say handball, basketball. Um, in these days, fighting sports are very popular here in Croatia, and also water polo.
Yeah, water
Yeah,
polo.
yeah,
Uh, Croatia is a three-time water polo world champion.
yeah.
How has water polo become such a major sport in Croatia?
So water polo is since Yugoslavia is, I would say, popular here in Croatia. You can see it by the countries next to Croatia. You can see that the most successful nations from water polo are Serbia, Croatia, Montenegro. But I would say the water polo is most popular here in Dalmatia.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most successful clubs are from Dubrovnik, Water Polo Club Jug, and from Split you have Jadran and you have Pošk, you have Mornar. And if we are talking in the region of Split, Jadran and Pošk won the Champions League. And I would say that the water polo is the popular in the places near the coast, so
Yeah.
near the coastline. Yeah, so and a lot of children are training water polo, and the only bad thing about water polo in Croatia is not promoted as the other
Yeah.
sports. Yeah, so.
Do you think if it was promoted, it could be up there with football?
I don't think that it can get to the level of football because, as I said, water polo is only popular, I would say, in the Dalmatia. Of course, in Zagreb you have Mladost and some other clubs in Rijeka, but I think that that football will stay the most popular sport here. Yeah, but also we have to clear it up. We have to invest our time, our
Yeah.
marketing skills, and do everything that is necessary to promote sport as more as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen any fundamental changes in the Croatian sports sphere in the
in
past
the
few
last
years?
in the last few years. Yeah, as I said at the beginning of the podcast, a lot of a lot of people are more interested in fighting sports
Yeah.
because, as you know, the fighting sports are originated from the eastern part of this world, yeah, from Asia, from Japan, China, and so on. And people in Croatia consider fighting sports the same. So they didn't know the difference between, I don't know, judo, karate, and taekwondo. And right now, a lot of people know the difference, and a lot of people are, how to say, they're starting to, they introduce themselves with the sport, so they know the rules, they know the places, events of the sports. And yeah, I can say that Taekwondo Marian here in Split is the most popular fighting sports, and 2,000 people are training that sport here, which is a big number for this
Yeah,
city and this
absolutely.
region. Yeah.
Do you see any in the future if there will be any Croatian guys in the UFC?
In the UFC, yeah, yeah, MMA, boxing, and kickboxing is, as we can call it, a hardcore fighting sports are so popular. The base is set by Mirko Krokap.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
yeah, that probably most of the people who are into MMA know who Mirko Krokap
Yeah,
is. Also, we
absolutely.
have Stipe Miocic. He was the UFC champion. He has Croatian roots from Zadar. Yeah, I think that they promoted fighting sports and MMA through the world, and they opened the door for new people in the MMA. And I think that we're gonna have a future champ from Croatia. Yeah, I
That's
hope
perfect.
so. Yeah, I hope so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How has Croatian sports developed over time, and what are like some of the major milestones that the country has to celebrate?
Yeah, so each sport has its own milestone, but the biggest milestone that was here is, I would say, the second place in Russia. I'm talking about the World Cup in football, yeah, and the third place in Qatar. Also, as far as I know, for the individual sports, yeah, we can say taekwondo, we can say boxing also, and yeah, judo, karate. We have now a big amount of events taking places in Croatia, but the biggest one, I would say, probably the second place in Russia, because yeah, it brought a lot for the country, yeah, and for the government, as far as sport tourism, yeah, building infrastructure and recognizability of Croatian sports in the world, yeah. A lot of people who are in love with the sport, who have some kind of interest in sport, when they saw our results in the Russia, they wanted to visit our country. Yeah. So the GDPR, just from that result in Russia, just went up. You know, a lot of small businesses had more incomes, and yeah, a lot of tourists came to our country. So yeah, that I would say that these are the biggest milestone in our recent sport history.
Yeah, definitely. And what would you say? What kind of role those sports in general, even like grassroots level sports, play in Croatian society and just the culture of the country?
You mean the smaller sports, or what?
Just any sports, but like from, if we say football, we can talk about like how kids are playing in the cages and.
Yeah. So, as I said, football is definitely the most popular sport. If you walk through the Split, if you walk through Dalmatia and all of the country, you'll see a lot of playing grounds with I don't know how to say it, with the playing grounds for the football, but also you can see the lack of infrastructure. I will maybe talk more about that, because there are some problems with Croatian sport. We don't have enough infrastructure. We don't have enough schools, especially in the rural areas of the Croatia. So kids who love sports, maybe don't they have the same possibilities as other children in the urban or in the cities and urban places in Croatia. So we have popular sports, we have results, but maybe we have to invest a little bit more in the infrastructure.
Yeah. Like you said, that when Croatia was second in the World Cup, it was so big for the country because so many people visited the country. So obviously, sport is very important for the government. But do you think the government is doing enough to support sports in Croatia?
Yeah, I would say each year is getting better, but we are not still at the point where we should be. So the thing is, in Croatia, they they finance some aspects of the sport. Yeah, they they are looking to improve the things that are not on that level it should be. In my opinion, we should more focus on infrastructure, building new gyms, new arenas, new football fields, stadiums, because as you said, we were the second on the World Cup. We have clubs like Dinamo Zagreb playing in the Champions League pretty much every year. We have football clubs like Hajduk, who has the biggest fan base in Croatia. Also, we have to invest. Our government have to invest in education of new sports managers. It has to invest in the sportsmen as well. Also, yeah, we have to invest in the people in the sports of professional players, as far as they health insurance. We have to invest in the coaches, have to educate coaches, because a lot of coaches in Croatia and the sports clubs are not educated. Maybe they do results based on their experience, because they are in the sports for a long time. But we have to educate them, and we have to invest in all our sport facilities, clubs, and yeah, that's it. I would say as far as the government involved in the sports industry.
Do you see that if the sports facilities and academies get even more money and become better and bigger, this small country that has already produced players like Luka Modric and Ivan Rakitic, Ivan Perisic, who's from here, right?
Yeah,
from Split. And do you think there would be a boom of new players of the new generation?
Are we talking just about football or general?
Football, but
Yeah,
also
I would say football. Yeah, for sure, because we have a good youth academies, especially in Hajduk. Is one of the most popular clubs just because of the youth academies. A lot of players are produced in Hajduk Split, and they go to the how to say bigger clubs in Europe. In the clubs that are playing Champions League and Europa League every year. But as far as the other sports, I would say yes also, but just for the most popular sport, because the most popular sports are on the big screen all the time, you know. So sports like I don't know, I don't wanna compare it to any other sport, but sports that are not so popular here, for example, maybe golf, or I don't know what else, what other sport, but I don't think that they will not produce as much as talent as football or handball or I don't know any other popular sport.
And talking about Split, because we are in Split, how important was the 1980 Mediterranean Games for the city?
Yeah, it was a huge event because the Poljud, the stadium was built just because of that Mediterranean Games. So it was a big step forward with the infrastructure development here in Split, and also put Split on the spot. You know, not just the city of I don't know to be known for the sea, for the Diocletian Palace, but also for the sport. Yeah. So it put the Split on the sports scene.
Perfect. So, before you came to Aspira, what was your connection with the sports world?
Yeah. So before Aspira, I was doing my internship in Hajduk Split in the marketing staff. That was like my first connection with sport. And also I worked in Taekwondo Club Marian. I would say these are the two biggest and most popular sport club here in Split, because obviously Hajduk is the most popular club, I would say, in Croatia, and Taekwondo is the most successful and the most popular individual sport club in Split and Dalmatia. And a lot of experience, a lot of good connections, a lot of good people inside of the club, and they helped me to make a step forward with my education and to transfer my knowledge from sport to other people, especially students. And very thankful and grateful for working in those clubs.
How did your road take you from there to Aspira?
So I was always more theoretical guy than doing the real thing inside of the club, because if you're emotionally involved, especially working in Hajduk and Taekwondo, it's harder to work. It's a lot of we can say it's tougher to be in the sport. We have like the rock on your shoulders. We say here, but I wanted to invest more in my education, in my theoretical education. So Aspira gave me a chance, and right now I'm doing the sports management 1 and sports management 2, and also PhD students in the University of Economics here in Split.
And what would you say is the big connection between Aspira and local sports, and why Aspira?
Yeah, because Aspira is one of the few universities that you can study sports and sports management. If you go to any public universities, general, if we are talking economics, we are generally studying about management, marketing, or if you're going to kinesiology, you are just studying how to say conditioning or strength or something like that. Aspira is the best university just to focus your management skills, to learn management skills and to apply it and to apply it in the club you're gonna be working for. We have also a lot of partners, sports clubs, associations, committees, and so on. And yeah, we are sending our students to work on their first year of studying here. So they will manage on their first year to learn some skills that are required to work in a sport club. And yeah, during the studying they can improve, they can maybe be hired, and yeah, maybe one day become manager and start maybe some new sports club here. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the interview, Beppo.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for your time.
no problem.
And for the viewers, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, press that like button, and hit the bell. Thank you.